Hello everyone and welcome to my GA Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan, the father of Delilah's baby, GA's teasers claim that Delilah inexplicably resurfaced on Tuesday, March 3 episode, pregnant at that, so might Nathan West be her baby's father? Delilah lay motionless by a seat during a romantic stroll that Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quatermain were taking. BLQ discovered the corpse immediately away and the two acted swiftly to aid the women. Delilah didn't want to go to the hospital at first, but both Chase and Brooklyn noticed the state she was in and asked. The two brought the expecting lady to Chase immediately away, and it's a good thing, since an emergency C-section was needed urgently to save both her and her baby. Delilah continued maintaining that she couldn't experience contractions as she was only 7 months pregnant. The baby shouldn't want or need to come out sooner, but who knows how or why Delilah landed near that park bench. While she could have slid and tumbled down by accident, it definitely appeared like something sinister happened. But who would have struck and hit or pushed the women over? It's vital to remember that just like Delilah. And at the time, Nathan returned back on the portal, scene enveloped in mystery. His homecoming took happened 7 months ago as well. Could he be the father of the woman's baby? Nathan stated that he doesn't recall anything that transpired during the last 7 years while he was gone. Whether this is a real or a falsehood is hard to determine, as Nathan has been acting peculiar. He doesn't appear to have any feelings for Megzie Jones, and which seems weird since if his final memories were of her and their love, then wouldn't he be a bit more saddened by her rejection? Plus, Nathan appears keen to pursue a romance with Lulu Spencer. With that stated, her recently had a slip up concerning his father and how he was reared during the Portugal snowstorm, which Lulu caught up on, but Nathan was able to blow off. It's also impossible to deny that Nathan has been fumbling here and there with his obligations as a PCPD officer, which has similarly been chalked up to rustiness where protocol is concerned. Nathan might not be Nathan, or at the very least indoctrinated, so it's impossible to determine. And still, without knowing what he is genuinely been up to since he is been gone, fans shouldn't exclude out that Delilah and Nathan were connected before his spectacular return to PC. Did she locate him and travel to the teeny village to inform him about the baby? Or had she been stored elsewhere all along where he discreetly visited her? The 7 month timing of Delilah's pregnancy and Nathan's homecoming is impossible to ignore. Her wrist tattoo may possibly reveal information that link her to Nathan. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Brooklyn and Chase may end up adopting Delilah's kid, but that doesn't mean this plot ends with a happy ending, as there is bound to be more question marks and unknowns that show up along the road. GS spoilers. Jordan's pregnancy, another impossible choice. GS spoilers indicate that it appears like Curtis Ashford doesn't have just one kid on the way, but two. It appears like Jordan Ashford is going to get a positive pregnancy test. However, Curtis is already overwhelmed by Portia Robinson's pregnancy. So, what is going to happen next? Portia Robinson's paternity result. Let's start out with Curtis' first pregnancy bombshell. For months, Portia kept delaying the paternity test. The women finally got it done and was a bit dismayed to learn that the father was Curtis. Both Portia and Aiza Gannon were both hopeful he was the dad. In any case, Curtis and Portia are getting a divorce. While they were preparing to sell the house, Curtis changed his mind at the last minute. I wonder whether he is having financial troubles. Paternity test shocker. In the teaser clip for the week of March 2026, a pregnancy test is seen. It appears like it may belong to Jordan. While Portia didn't know who her baby daddy was until lately, Jordan has only slept with one person. And Jordan will know that Curtis is already preoccupied by Portia's pregnancy. Now he will have to work things out with Jordan being pregnant as well. Jordan is the sort of lady that wouldn't want to bring Curtis any further worry. So she could keep the pregnancy a secret. For now, keeping secrets. GS spoilers hint that Jordan won't start exhibiting for a few months. So she could opt to hold off on informing Curtis for a little, since Jordan is older today than when he had her sole kid, TJ Ashford. It might be a high risk pregnancy. That implies Jordan might not want to notify people until she is further along. Curtis Ashford's fate. However, I wonder if there may be a twist. What if the kid pulls Portia and Curtis closer together? The man lost out on Trina Robinson's entire childhood. So he is looking forward to performing the fatherhood thing from the very beginning. That might put Curtis and Portia's family back together again. If it happens before Jordan comes out with her pregnancy, that may make things extremely tougher. Will Jordan decide to lie about paternity just as Portia did with Curtis? It's feasible that Jordan would lie in order to protect Curtis. However, soap lovers know that these things often backfire in the end. So stay tuned. Jay's spoilers. Max's stunning reaction to Lulu's Nathan confession throws Bestie for a loop. GS spoilers predict that Lulu Spencer will feel she has to come clean to Maxie Jones about where things are with Nathan West. It's almost time for Lulu to disclose all, but something critical will happen before she has the chance. And since someone's going to spy on Lulu and Nathan's close moment in the March 4 episode, it may be Megzi herself or at least someone who will blab to her. Regardless, Megzi may have a secret of her own if Lulu sits down with her in the deception office and ready to confess. By then, Megzi may have known that Lulu and Nathan have launched up a romance. GS published a preview video for the week of March 226 that depicts Lulu saying that she needs to tell her closest buddy the truth. Lulu may also be seen sitting across from Maxie, who has a pretty blank look as Lulu gives news. And at some point, Maxie may eventually halt Lulu's ranting and say she already knows about her romantic relationship with Nathan. That might create a talk regarding the near moment that was seen if that's how Maxie is brought in the loop. That alone might stun Lulu, but she may be even more surprised by Max's reply. Although Maxie appears a touch chilly in the weekly commercial, that may be a fake out that's supposed to throw fans off. Now that Maxie has chosen Damian Spinelli, why should she go off the handle over Lulu and Nathan falling for each other? It would be selfish and out of character for Maxie to absolutely lose it or try to prohibit this relationship from developing. Even yet, Lulu may be taken surprised if Maxie is more understanding than she anticipated. Maxie could swear she is thrilled for Lulu and Nathan, so they could gain her approval if all goes well. That doesn't necessarily rule out the prospect of any envy manifesting itself and being an issue for Maxie at some time. But she might embrace Nathan and Lulu's relationship for now. General Hospital spoilers predict Maxie will explain her viewpoint when it comes to Nathan and Lulu's common affections. So stay tuned. Jace went from the Rio show to the Sidwell show. Sidwell has his hands in everything on the ABC serial And J.A.'s was all about Drew for the longest time. Now that Drew has been put in his place, so to speak, the ABC series has become all about Sidwell, and it's too much. GI's viewers moved from having to watch Drew abuse Port Charles to having to watch Sidwell torment Port Charles. Why Sidwell is a greater villain than Drew, the ABC drama has to quit having Sidwell rule everyone and everything. Trading one bad guy for another on GA's for well over a year, GA's viewers watched as Drew was deceptive and wicked to obtain what he desired. During this period, Sidwell was also involved in serious masterminding to gain the upper hand on numerous Port Charles citizens including Sonny, Laura, Drew, and Britt, to name a few. Thanks to Willow and Sidwell making Drew disabled, we don't have to watch him attack the community anymore. However, having to watch another man call the shots on the show has been unpleasant. It's quite rinse and repeat, learning that Sidwell is calling so many shots. Kudos to Megzi for standing up to him, something others in town haven't been able to do thus far. While we don't appreciate Jace having one villain in charge, there is something that makes Sidwell radically different from Drew. Rotta is so implausible as Sidwell, the terrible man who comes across as a real guy with a sense of humor. Nothing against Matheson, who is a super performer. But the layers Rotta has added to Sidwell merely make us enjoy him as a nasty monster more. Sidwell is a wonderful sub-villain and reminds us of those from back in the day whom fans like to loathe. For example, is Stefano on Days of Our Lives right now. Though Sidwell is doing too much and it's hurting the character. It was tough enough to see Drew have his way for months on GAs. Watching it with Sidwell is taxing. GA's fans are sharing their thoughts on the controversial subject too. One fan on X said, I can't be the only one who is ready for Sidwell and Marco's downfall. How much longer? This has been going on for 2 years, enough already. Another fan on X commented, Sorry, but Sidwell having leverage over everyone and getting everything he wants is beyond not eating and not entertaining. I need a GS break. So it's time for Sidwell to be pushed down a peg or two to make the show and the character more intriguing. Don't you think? Sound off in the below comments area. Does General Hospital Christina have eyes for Jacinda? Will brother and sister quarrel over Jacinda? GA's Christina has been highly supportive of Michael's romance with Jacinda. She is a nice sister, but there may be more to her than meets the eye. And the key takeaway is that Carly is surprised by a startling development. Brennan screams displeasure as events spiral beyond his control. Brooklyn and Jess create an essential proposal that might alter lives. Stunned and frustrated, Carly was already gobsmacked once this week when she uncovered Sidwell's hidden safe at Windermere. Well, ready for her to be gobsmacked again. She and Sidwell are presently preparing a supper that will bring their families and Brennan together. So, what causes this shocked reaction? Meanwhile, Jason comforts Brit. Maybe it has to do with the pregnant patient with the odd tattoo. Brit is already displaying sensitivity with Elizabeth, and now she is craving some TLC from Jason. The dark and dismal circumstances of her life are getting to her, and there doesn't appear to be an end at sight. Thanks for watching us. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update. See you soon.